Hey, what's going on, Jim? Tom here, just recording my screen to show you how I use the Nerd Fitness dashboard, what I use and don't use, and how I sort of structure my workflow around it. So when I'm in the dashboard, the first thing I like to look at is the last logged in. Hugo and Farrell are the transfer clients that I just got, so I'm not sure if this is because they haven't logged in since they've been working with me, or if they just haven't logged in at all. But so then the clients who haven't logged in, um, they haven't logged in for the longest. I try to reach out to first. And now that we can, I can cold call. I'm just gonna add that to the arsenal. So I sort of, I'll send them some messages in the Messenger app, and then if I don't respond, I'll shoot them a text. That was what I was doing before, but I think I'm just going to call at a point, especially if this number is getting upwards of like 8 or 9 days. With Sean though, I know he's traveling. He's traveling back from England today, and he's had sort of spotty Wi-Fi, but we have sort of been in touch every couple days when he has internet. So um, Jessica, I've reached out to her. I know she's got a lot going on with work, but we've touched base. So that's how I just sort of look and just gauge who I need to reach out to first, and then I go all the way down. So like Chris and Mitchell, probably would reach out to later in the morning with Messenger, and then from there, I look at basically the EUTM. When's the last time they responded? If they've logged in and haven't responded, then I know they're still at least peeking into the app, seeing what's going on, which is not as much of a concern to me as if they're just not logging in altogether. But I do like to be responsive with my clients every morning and at night with the Messenger app. Usually I'll just say something like, hey, how's it going? If we had talked about something specific, I'll try to mention that. Just ask them how their day's going, and then just be like, hey, want to drop in, see, what's working and really what's not working for you. Love to chat. Just drop me a quick message. And that usually, so far, with my small sample size of clients, has been pretty good. Everyone here, Chris, Mitchell, I guess Christoph is new, new transfer. Nathan, I think, is just getting back on the radar, so that's great. Everyone here has been pretty responsive, and then just working with Sean on vacation, and that's sort of how I'm looking at like the other stuff. Sort of the EOB um, is one thing I'm starting to pay a little bit more of attention to, but instead of the end of block, I created a task called end of programming for myself, which it just like because I've scheduled the EOB, but sometimes I won't actually have the second or third week of workouts change from week one. It'll be kind of placeholders, so I can adjust those on the fly if I need to. So that kind of tripped me up a little bit. Nothing serious, but I found that just saying end of programming and making that a trainer task for myself is helpful. One thing that I've also started to do for myself, and I'm gonna tinker with this more, is create my own calendar of tasks within the app. So this I told Chris I would get him some. He won an Instapot, so I told him I'd give him like a one-page PDF. I'd type that up on how to use an Instapot. Program workouts for Nicole, which I did yesterday. But so this is something I'm going to start doing for myself. Just create tasks in my own calendar. That way, it's all in one spot instead of me having to keep track of it on my phone or keep track of it on my Google Calendar. That's kind of separate. I'll be able to see. So I'm okay with this getting filled up for myself, and I'm just gonna rock through these each day and be like, okay, got that done, got that done, got that done. Talk to her, talk to him, and that seems to me it'll help me stay on track for the bigger level tasks. Um, and then, oops, sorry about that. Didn't mean to click on that there. But yeah, that's pretty much how I am using the calendar right now, checking to see when people have last logged in, when they've sent me a message, the last time they sent me a message, just making sure that I'm current with my programming. So I'm gonna try to stay about 2 to 3 weeks ahead of time. Um, And then the last call date, um, I'm not sure that's reflective, but I have all the call logs updated, and then I usually just go back through and take a peek at those a few times a week to make sure that people are staying in touch. But yeah, other than that, I haven't really gotten into the workout boxes because I'd sort of do it automatically. If I notice that a client has not checked in, I'll just go onto their calendar, right? Like I'll take a look at Chris and just see what's going on. And then if they haven't ticked anything off, I'll be able to see that on their calendar and then ask them about it. So these boxes, I think I could start using, but I already sort of do so without paying too much attention to them just by looking at their calendar as we're talking and just being like, hey, what's going on with the nutrition or what's not really working, what's the big struggle with the workouts. So I'm a little less concerned with that. The next trainer task, I'm not really watching that closely except for the end of programming that I'm starting to do. And then, like last scheduled workout, I don't even really look over on this column. Really just kind of concerned with keeping in touch with people, and then I can go in and adjust on the fly there. I'm not sure though if you have any suggestions, like as I start to ramp up to 20, 30, 40 clients, I'm definitely all ears because I know you've sort of been doing this for a long time and have seen what works and what doesn't. So I'm really open to changing or developing a better system if you have suggestions. But that's how I use my dashboard right now. And yeah, thanks for the suggestions, Jim. I really appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.